Hello, survivors, and welcome to Vampire Survivors. In today's video, we are going to be playing on random again. He is my favorite character in the game because he can get absolutely any single skill that we see available over here. And we are using Luminaire's skill because when you evolve this skill, you get a whack ton of XP. And because random normally gets really insane growth scaling, we are going to be hitting a huge amount of levels. So we're going to go straight into it. To evolve the weapon into Luminaire, we need the crown, so it works very well with leveling, and it works even well with Silent Old Sanctuary. So the plan is Silent Old Sanctuary, Wicked Seasons, and then either Awake or maybe something else that it works with. I don't even know what other skills that it might work with over here. Maybe the Heat of Fire. That sounds good for a lot of explosions. Excuse me. Otherwise, Twilight Requiem works very well. But everything else doesn't look like it works for the weapon. So it will be one of those. We'll see. Ooh, even freezing enemies. But for now, let's go straight into the Silent Old Sanctuary. The beginning is a bit rough until we find ourselves the book. But we should be a-okay. First things we find is the book. We do actually have a lot of the passives locked, so we can't actually find them during our gameplay. So we did seal a lot of them. We've got like 12 of them sealed. So I only find the passives that I enjoy playing with or that I think are going to work very well here. So that's why if you are looking at it and you're like, hey, hang on, how come you've got only those passives? I don't see these certain ones. It's because I actually selected them and I've got 12 out of 20 seals already used. So, you know, it just makes it a lot easier to get custom runs going and going the way that you want them to go as well. So that's why. But I wanted to speak a little bit more about co-op and some things that we haven't really spoken about, or that we didn't speak about when we did the co-op video, which will be linked down in the description. So the first thing that I didn't speak about, or that I may have and I can't actually remember, but it is very important, is that every single player that is using the co-op or wants to play on co-op needs to have a controller. So you need to have a separate controller, and because you're using controllers, a lot of people want to use the Xbox One controllers. Unfortunately, right now, apparently there is a bug where the Xbox One controller is not working correctly on the game. So if you have an Xbox One controller and you find that it's not really reading it or it's not working, it is because there is a known bug with it. So next thing is, if you don't have an Xbox One controller and you just have a controller, that's fantastic. You can play co-op. The host still needs a controller plugged in, but can use keyboard to play, which is fantastic for the host. Everyone else, you have to play with the controller, unfortunately. Alright, next we've got how many skills and everything needs to be used or can be used when you are playing co-op. How do the chests work, and how do the upgrades and things like that work as well. So what happens is you can have a max of up to 4 players playing the game. What that means is you are going to be splitting your skills between each player. So normally you can have 6 skills. That's what I currently have. If you have 2 players, each player can have up to 4 maximum skills. It does mean that you have to be careful that you don't land up taking the wrong skills, or let's say you're playing with spell stream, you do need to ensure that all 3, or out of the 4 slots that you have, 3 of them are left for the evolutions for Spellstream, or for all 3 parts of Spellstream to evolve it. So you do have to be wary of combinations even when there are just 2 of you. This also applies to the next part, where if you have 3 players, each player gets 3 skills and 3 passives. It lowers the amount that you have of chance of getting certain evolutions or skills. You can banish skills to make sure your run is as customized as possible as well. So there is that. Next is 4 players. 4 players means that each player will get 2 skills. So if you have 4 players, it's 2 skills per player. And then if you want to talk about efficiency and the strongest way for each character to grow, you can look at grabbing yourself the what's the word I'm looking for? It will be very, very good if you played with 3 players, because that's going to be the maximum amount of combinations. So each player having 3, that's 9 skills, whereas even one player can only get 6 skills unless you pick up the other 2 or you're playing endless. So, you know, just so you do know that there are ways around it. If you play endless, then you can get more skills, but otherwise you are stuck to grabbing that many, or, you know, that being the case over there. Next, the one thing that we need to speak about is going to be the evolutions. So let's say I took Luminaire, which I've got on my character right now. If my friend landed up taking the crown because he thought it was a good idea to either troll me and or to, you know, he wanted the extra XP, well, unfortunately, I would not be able to evolve Luminaire then. We would only be able to evolve it if we landed up getting the crown as well. Now, I have not tested, but I will test what happens if my friend picks up the book or the crown and we playing on Capella Magna, and before I get it all the way to max level, what happens if my friend picks up the crown that is on the floor? Are we then able to evolve the skill? What happens if we manage to both get the same skill using like the candy box, you know, because there is a chance you can get it quite early with really good luck or RNG. Or what happens if we do pick up the skill using the candy box? Will it then evolve? Does the game allow co-op to have 2 of the same evolutions? So those are some of the things that we still need to test, so I can find out for you. I will have to grab Humble back out of hiding and just test that with him. Otherwise, if one of you want to try co-op and test these things with me, leave a comment down below and I will be more than happy to add you to Steam, or you can add me to Steam and we can play co-op using remote play. I'm not sure how it's going to work internet wise, because one of the things is you do need to have really, really good internet. So if you don't have good internet, there will be quite a bit of lag. The host won't lag, but the person playing with the host will lag depending on where you are. So when I played with Humble, he said there was a slight delay that you do notice, but you don't actually notice it because it doesn't really matter or change anything. So it wasn't really such a big deal, but there was that slight lag that he could notice. So I'm thinking if I play with someone in America, there might be quite a huge delay compared to if I played with someone in South Africa. So just something to think about when we do play with the remote play. But now we've got Orpheus. This is where I have to tell you guys, please, there is going to be a visual warning. I do not want anyone to have epilepsy or anything like that when I am playing the game. So please, if you have epilepsy or anything like that, please, eventually you are gonna have to stop watching because it just gets really insane. This color gets so much bigger on the screen, it nearly fills the entire screen, especially when we get to level 800. So please do keep that in mind. I don't really want anyone to be having you know, problems when they're watching my videos. Next we go Wicked Season, which is what we said we would, and now we can level up. We already start going at a crazy level. There we are, level 100. And with regards to our stats, you can see our growth, our might, health and movement speed, everything, even the cooldown just goes up and up and up, or down if it's cooldown, and it just becomes ridiculously strong. And with the skill itself, what the evolution for the skill does is it makes it so that gems on the floor are worth a lot more in value. So what happens is we've got a scaling character, so they get a lot more XP per level, or per 2 level, 3 level, or whatever the case may be. And the gems on the floor also count for more XP. So you add the two together, you get an insane amount of XP generation, and your character can hit these insane amounts of level and stats for absolutely no effort. I mean, you can see we are hardly moving. The only time it becomes dangerous will be now when the rotation of Wicked Season moves to the what's it called again, the cursed mask, or the mask part of it where the curse gets doubled. That's the only time it's going to get really dangerous. Now, especially when a boss spawns and they like butt rush your face, it just gets really dangerous in that time, but otherwise you are pretty safe every other time. So now we're on the part where we want to pick up the XP to get the most out of it. and we also want to try and get all of the XP, but unfortunately we didn't actually hit the right node. Either I never hit the right XP node there, or we never stayed long enough. So this time we're going to just chill until we hit the second rotation. So we're not going to move too much. We don't really need to. We're not really worried about the extra curse or the extra area or anything like that. We're going to get all of that by leveling. You can see our growth is going up, our curse is going up, everything's going up from last season, I mean Wicked season as well, so we don't really have to worry about all of those things either. Obviously, if you did grab them, it becomes harder, but you also get a whack ton more XP, so you can do that if you wanted to as well. It did just go to the rotation of the XP. Let's just wait one more rotation. It does give us a lot more XP on the floor, and that's going to boost us in even further levels. And last time I actually did this, I did it last night. I posted some pictures in the Discord so people could see I hit level 800. I mean, I can post it on my Discord as well because it's going to be really, really awesome. So I'll do that. But what's really, really cool is, one, if you joined my Discord, the link is down in the description as well. But what else is really, really cool is the fact that you can hit such a high level without any eggs. So if you saw in the beginning of the run, we did start the run with absolutely no eggs. So this is what we would call an eggless run, which is just really, really strong. There we go. We picked up the right XP orb, which is fantastic. We got about 70 levels out of that, which, you know, that increases everything by nearly 70%, or at least a 30% going on over there with some of them, which is fantastic. And it also increases the Wicked Season procs as well. So that means next time we get to the growth one, it's going to increase the growth even further. But try not focus on the middle of the screen. You will be hypnotized. You can be hypnotized to my voice. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video for more videos like it in the future. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to make sure you get all of my video notifications in the future. Alright, so now that I'm done hypnotizing you, let's carry on with the rest of the video. So, I'm sorry, I had to do that. The opportunity there was just fantastic. Take a nice sip of coffee because I'm doing this at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of you might be sleeping unless you have really good day jobs like some of us. But there we go. Let's go grab the XP. Did we manage to pick up one of the big orbs? There we go, we did. So we were on 200. That was only 58 levels over there. This isn't going as well as it was last time. It's a bit upsetting. I'm not sure why. But anyway, the level is hugely massive already. I mean, getting to level 200 on some characters is a mission as well. I mean, if we talk about Toasty, you know, you have to have all of these different aspects of your build right and wrong, and if you get to level 200 on him, you become immortal sort of thing, but you have to hit level 200 or even level 100 first, and getting there with him is like so difficult. Even now you saw, actually you didn't see, but previously we landed up with Silver Shadow Servant. I did want to do a video on that one as well, and what happened is we actually died in the very beginning because Shadow Servant is a difficult skill to start off a run with. So we did die in the very beginning while using Shadow Servant. It doesn't really matter too much, but what did matter is that I think here, listed generation wins they expire, explosions damage is affected by curse. So we're going to grab Twilight Requiem. That sounds amazing. Just add even more explosions, and because we have so many of them going off all of the time because of how much cooldown we have, this just adds even more to the flashing lights. So again, you can listen to my voice if you want. You can watch if you want, if you don't have any visual stimuli issues. But do just be careful, please. It is going to get even worse as we get even more and more invested into our levels. It would have been nice if we could have found a what do we call it, an attract orb. Do we even have any? No, we don't. So if we could have found a vacuum on the screen somewhere, that would work fantastically for us. We are just going to scroll a little bit, try and break some stuff and see if we can maybe manage to get one. I'm not sure how last run I did with this to get to level 800. I found so many vacuums on the floor. I'm not sure why this time we don't have that many. Maybe our luck stat isn't as good as it was last time, or there is something different going on. Not really that important. We do have a huge amount of movement speed as well, as you can see, and we are already on level 400 nearly. So a fantastic amount of XP and just an easy way to play the game. And just a crazy way to play it. This skill is insanely strong and just insanely fun. And if you don't like rainbows, then you know, definitely not the skill for you either. Okay, we got the XP over there. The one that was over here did disappear. So, oh, there's a vacuum. Perfect. So let's grab that. That's going to give us absolutely everything on the floor. Up to level 400 we go. Let's see how much we get. 433. That's still a rather disappointing number, but we will have to just wait until the very end to see what level we can go up to. Luckily, this witch, didn't spawn when we had the curse up and available. You can see it was a little bit of a tanky boy and doesn't like to die very quickly. So if we did have the curse up, we may have died over there, and that would have caused us a little bit of grief because we only have one revival. So that is what it is. But stat wise, just so you can see, we're now on 366% growth, 444% luck, cooldowns on a huge amount, movement speed is insane, a huge amount of life, 300 HP is a massive amount for, you know, not having any investment into life. And now we can just keep picking up everything along the way. Alright, we never got too much XP there, unfortunately, but I think it does become, it does get to a time where we are so strong we can just disappear off of the map. I think that might have something to do with the actual skill that we're using. I don't recall ever breaking it to the point where we can just walk wherever. I think it's because we have so much movement speed, the game doesn't register that we're actually moving through objects. So I think this might have something to do with movement speed. I'm not 100% sure, so you don't quote me on it. But I'm fairly certain that this has something to do with movement speed. And the fact that we have so much movement speed makes it so that we are able to just run through things, which is actually really funny, but very dangerous at the same time. So if we land up going into the wrong place, we could get stuck and not return, which we don't want. Anyway, we are on level 600 over here. I really have no idea what we did last time that I managed to hit level 800. Maybe it was based on who the character name was. This time we did get a different name compared to what I did get last time. So that does obviously make a difference. And we weren't able to hit that same level that we were last time. But with the increased movement and with the increased damage, I guess, things are always different with random, and that's one of the reasons why we like him. You're never going to get two of the same runs, even if you have the same weapon, because he is exactly what his name says. He is random. Alright, well, we did manage to hit level 600, which is really fantastic. Again, I will have the level 800 one down in the description or on my Discord if you want to see the picture, sorry. And you will be able to take a look at it and see that we did actually hit that, and it is possible if you're using this weapon and character. So that's all. Unfortunately, we are going to die now. There's nothing we can do about it. We did hit level 638, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did 596 million damage with 991 or 998k DPS. If I managed to just revive myself one more time, we might have hit the 1 million DPS per second or damage per second. But hitting level 638 is insane anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time. Cheers.